Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Vancouver versus Atleico Ottawa. Yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. It's mainly been because I've been having exams and I've been a bit busy of late with work and some other commitments. So I'm also mainly doing this to at least just free my mind a bit because I've been in a bit of pressure. I'm writing an exam soon, so that's why there's been a lack of videos, mainly shorts. But after I write, I will be uploading as much as I can. Might even be trying new things. Otherwise, let's get into this. Shot early, or should I say early into the game, makes sense. Test the keeper out, and you never know. That's also a really good save. All right, this is lovely play here. What was that? All right, so before they show us the replay, let's just try and analyze what happens. All right, so great 1-2 here. He passes it, moves it quick, and then this is the thing, right? Now that's the funny thing. All right, so let's say this. He passes it, right? And this is why movement is key. Because he moves this side, which means it drags this person to follow him. But the guy that was near number 3, for some reason, I don't know, he seems a bit confused because it's like he wants to follow the ball, but he just doesn't want to do it. Sometimes the best thing is just, I know he's far, I know that he looks quick, but just follow him for the sake of follow him. Just do it for argument's sake, because, yeah, you never know, because look at number 3 is running. I mean, number 19, sorry. Look at how number 19 is running. And he does his best, but he gets baited easily. He continues running, because if you look at this should never be a goal because he does do well. He uses the full length of the pitch, and to be honest, they have all their areas covered here. Atletico Ottawa, they have all their players, at least, I know they're not close, but at least they're in proximity to where maybe they can cut the ball out. He is following him, so I really want to know how this goal goes in. Because if you look at it, they actually defend pretty well. Let's just skip it a bit. Good running from him. Persistence is what. So he plays it there. Number 19. Like you can tell he's not running fully. Because of him running towards the player, he moved him. So which means that he has to start from a further position to try and get the ball. But at this point, I feel he made the wrong run. The defender here made the wrong run. Because this guy is running like this. And then rather than try and, intersect like that, he instead goes like this, then goes like that. So which means he runs straight and then turns. He makes two movements there, or starts cornering. So he makes two movements when he could have just run diagonally in front in advance. I don't even know if I made the right term, diagonally. I don't know. So you see that instead of him just running like to intercept, he was running straight. I don't know why he did that. But I really want to see how this goal enters though. Because everything was. Will we be able to see from this angle? I hope so. Let's see that. He hits it. I still don't know how this goes in. It's an on goal from the defender, I think. Yeah, I think it's an on goal from the defender. But yeah, it's one of those things. They actually set up pretty well, but still considered the goal. I don't know. I just like saves like those whereby the keeper just jumps, doesn't necessarily punch it out, but just holds it like that. Always an interesting type of save to watch. Ooh, that was close. But if you see from this routine, right? It's one of those routines where 2-on-1. They take full advantage because some other teams, for some reason, I don't know why, they're always trying to, if they pass it to the person here, they want the ball to go back, or either they play it here. There are some other teams that take way too many or add too many additional steps to things that don't need that many steps. What I do like, he passes the ball once and immediately looks to cross it into the box rather than trying to make some weird play. And is that a TV? Looks more like a projector though. Anyway, that's interesting. That's the first time I'm seeing this type of thing. Because usually there's some type of large TV near the. Anyway, I think it's because of the way the layout of the stadium is. That's why it's like that. Probably. He looks to play it in first time, and there are some. There's a player here on the back post, and skims the top of the ball. Good effort. Cause on. All right. It's a good hit. Let's move forward. Let's see. This is a counter-attacking situation. Lovely. Ooh. Okay, that looks like a red card. But let's just analyze what happens a bit here. Just a bit more. Alright, so he loses the ball there, and then they're on the counter. And this is when they're building up, so which means more people have decided to move forward and occupy positions where they can receive the ball, which means there's less defenders at the back. Ball is played in between the line. Lovely. Now this. I do feel it's a dive. Oh. Anyway, let's see, because I don't think he makes significant contact. No, because, okay, I hate it when... Okay, so if this is not given as a foul, I think this person should be carded for simulation. Because, okay, the camera angles, I can't really see, but here. I don't know if it's a foul or not. The problem, they only show us one angle, so it's difficult to say. But if that's not given as a foul, shouldn't it be given for simulation? I repeat, I did not watch this match, and I'm only seeing the angle, the replays that are given here. But I don't know. Maybe from a different angle, it shows something different. Because if he does touch him, it means that this is immediately a red card, denial of a clear goal scoring opportunity, no intention to play the ball. Yeah, stuff like that. Alright, so this is immediately after, according to the minutes, immediately after that particular incident happened. Now, this is a funny thing here. So he traps it, right? And then he it's deflected. And it's one of those things whereby it's how he's able to, how there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have a feeling if it's one of those things, he shoots it, right? For him, if he's a number, the number 9 takes a shot, it's okay. But I do have a feeling if it was Ozil, I don't know. I just have a feeling he would be able to find him. Because if you do look at it, he is very much onside and, has less pressure around him. But I do like the fact he takes initiative as a striker. Shoots it immediately before he gets crowded out. And they don't actually close him down quick enough if you notice. Cross in the box. Clearance. Yeah. One of those clearances that's a delicate chip. Ooh. Almost. Looks up. That's a really delicate chip. I should at least put it on target. Okay, before we go further, I'm not Canadian, but I really would like to know exactly the details of the match, when it was played, and maybe, if possible, the working culture, because I do watch the highlights of this league, and I know for a fact that there should be more people here. There definitely should be more people. And this is an interesting, I don't know, array of seats. Kind of looks like glass in a way, but I know it's not glass. Anyway, we move on. Alright, so I think this is a simple goal. By that, ball gets put in the box. It's definitely zonal marking. These, they're just, I think maybe 2 or 3 people marking others. And then And look at that. Free header. People around him but can't do anything. Best signs of zonal marking. If it was man-to-man marking, there would have been at least someone jumping with him, or just someone near him. He has all the time in the world to put that wherever he wants, and he takes advantage of that brilliantly. Because he starts off in behind. I don't know. I think it's between these two guys. The one that gets that. Yeah, that's another thing I've noticed. Like especially with the way they're set up, zonal marking. Okay, this is going to be very, very rough work. This is going to be very rough work. Yeah. So boom, 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 and boom. What I've noticed, what happens is that usually when people are taking a corner, what other teams would do is that they set people, especially if the team is zonal marking. So they are zonal marking here, right? This is okay. This is an overestimation here, but let's assume this team. These are the ones who are doing zonal marking. What other teams would do? They'll put maybe one player here, another player there near the back post, yeah. And then what they would do is that they'll have people that are nowhere near that particular region, but what they'll do is that they will run in immediately the ball gets crossed in, so that they come in from the blind side and people don't usually notice that. But like I said, it's a very simple goal. Very, very simple and well executed, I might add. And I feel like the highlights of this league have gotten a bit longer, because I think it used to be like 5 to 6 minutes. Now it's 9. Alright, so it's the second half. He should score from that. But here, this is one of the dangers of playing out from the back and then assuming the ref is going to bail you out. Because here, they force the ball backwards and put pressure on them. So now, what he does here, he does it so well, is that he blocks out any pass to the center here, or to the box, or into the inner box, or let's just say this region here. Salter, I remember him because he scored 4 goals. Yeah, he blocks off the pass here. And then the funny thing is that he does one of those things whereby he tries to buy a foul. Rather than trying to play football, he decides I'll just dive and stuff like that. But maybe okay, let's see. Because no, he forces it. There's a way people fall down and they don't fall down like that. And because they're trying to play out the back, people have moved out of the box to try and create opportunity for them to receive the ball, move it forward, leaves them understaffed, but he should definitely do better. When I say do better, I simply mean hit the target or just get a different type of save from the keeper. Yeah, he falls down on its own. He falls down, you can tell with the way his body moves. That is definitely intentional. But yeah, he still should have scored. That's a lovely switch. That's lovely movement. He frees himself up. Oof! Did that hit the post? And yeah, I think him moving created that bit of space, but that was one heck of a hit. And the fact that it hit the post. Oof! Keeper had no chance there. Crossing the box. Salad. I'm always able to recognize him by the tape around his hand. True fox in the box. Alright, so immediately you can see a problem. I'll let you guess. Can you see that? I feel like Dora the Explorer. Do you see the problem? This is too much. This is too big of a gap. This is too big. Because anyone can run through here. Anybody can run through. 3 players can run through here and there's nothing you can do. People underestimate the difference of just having one person in between this gap. It closes off so many opportunities, but because there's no one, it opens up so many opportunities for attacking intent. And then you have 1, 2, 3. Their minds are focused on the ball. He's not close, but at least I can say he has an intention to immediately close down this player if the ball goes to him. He is also looking at the ball. I don't know why, when he has someone right next to him running. And then here, all right. I think okay, we can. Okay, it's one of those things. I want to say it's a 3-on-3, but like he's in a position as the ball is moving forward, he won't really have an impact since he's behind the play. Or maybe it's one of those he will get back in time. But a 3-on-3 here, and the fact. Anyway, let's just classify it as that for the meantime. All right, so the player here comes forward, tries to stop him. No, 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 no. Everything was wrong there. Because if you look at his body shape, before the cross gets played, he has no intention of blocking that cross. Because the only way that this person can put the ball into the box is by making the ball go like that. And I don't know why he decides to, like, you know, he was supposed to approach him at an angle like that. What's that word again? Lock him up, or should I say, do not give him that angle of crossing the ball, but he does give him that angle. And then, like, you can tell he has no interest in blocking this. He has no interest at all, just because of the way his body is shaped and how he attacks the ball. And remember that space that we were talking about? Let me just, yeah, so he lets this cross go in way too easily. I don't know if he was worried about the pass here, because he is there to help out. So, because of that space, he occupies it, which means it forces number 5 to go near him, opens up space for Salad, and I like finishes like this, because they are actually harder than people seem. Because other people step into the pitch, others just, I don't know. Look at this, like what I was saying about body positioning. He did not want to block the cross. This is how you set up when you want to intercept a pass, because he would have been more aggressive. Because people would say no, it was quickly taken. It was quickly taken because he gave him the time to take it, to put in a cross. The way because if he went in immediately focusing on the ball, blocking out the cross, and then immediately marking him down, he would have either gotten the ball or prevented this cross. Unfortunately, he doesn't, and yeah, I like finishes like this. It's not pretty, but it gets the job done. Nothing much the keeper can do. Look at this. Woof! And the fact that no one sees this routine, no one sees the danger, that no Vancouver player here sees the danger, because all of you are so deep. No one notices a player. I don't know if he takes long shots. I don't know if he's that type of player that takes shots from distance. But if you see anyone outside of the D, you should be near that player just so that you avoid such situations, because he does take it very well. The fact it hits the post like that. Look at the way it hits it. Boom! It immediately goes away. If the ball hits the post like that, just know it was hit very hard, depending on the way it ricochets off the bar. And he has all the time in the world, and you could say he should score because he's so free. Yep, nothing much the keeper could do. Alright. Woo! Once again, somewhat, hey, okay, because this looks like it is off a transition. Alright, so he takes a heavy touch, and then, yeah, his teammate makes the best use of it, takes it inside, and because of that player running, it forced him to continue chasing him, and freed up that extra space he needed to take the shot. But to be honest, he could have played in his man. He could have played in his teammate here, because you have two people here. I do understand. It's one of those things. If you do us, I don't know if you people do notice this when watching football. If someone does a particular skill, they're more inclined to take a shot. If you beat 2 or 3 men, you're more likely to take the shot because you've built up confidence. You have dribbled past some people. But in this case, I think the best thing he could have done is to play it like that. Because at this point, he could have faked this shot so well such that forced everyone to try and block the shot and then create space for Salad and I don't know who this, but I know Salad scored 4 goals. Once again, scoring 4 goals in a match is not easy. Yeah, so he could have played them in. But he takes the shot, I do understand that. But he could have, the better option would have been to play his teammates in because they have a better run on goal. And that's a good save from the keeper. Because that one was hit very, very hard. Ooh, that's a lovely pass. Ooh. No, that's a really, really good pass. Many people do not. Okay, here's the thing. I would like to say he didn't have the vision. I would like to say he had the vision, but then again, his teammate creates that. Him running there creates that option. So as much as that's the funny thing. A player may be, if you as much as you may be a good player to seek out to pass, you also have to have good players that have the intelligence to make runs that are able for you to express your vision. That's how it is. Because if you have certain players, they'll say it's not possible for the ball to go there, so they'd rather just be somewhere else. But he knows his player has the capability to pull off that pass, and it's weighted so well. He makes that run because he knows there's a high possibility of the ball reaching me. Vision is also, you may have good vision, but if you don't have players that don't make runs or just decide to not make those runs or do not understand what type of run to make, your vision becomes useless depending on the type of teammates you have. It's one of those things. Gets played well, and I understand both of them are trying to follow him, but the fact number 7 moves in unmarked in the box, in and around bodies, but they are not aware of the danger yet. Salad hits it, gets blocked now. This, I think it happens a lot when as a defender, because usually if your legs are like that, it's more likely for the ball to go in between your legs. But there's this thing that happens where you do your leg like that, and the intention is that it's so that the ball doesn't go in between your legs, but it's still the same thing ends up happening. It ends up happening. I don't know why, because it's happened to me before, whereby I bend my knee. I bend my knee lower to try and avoid that from happening, but it still ends up happening. It's painful. It really is. I think if if he just tried to kick it away, he would have gotten contact on that, but didn't, and ends up going into the back of the net. Yeah, that's a good goal. And it's caused by a striker making a run, taking a shot, ricochets, and if you see, he tried to shoot across the goal and created an opportunity for his teammate. Yeah, I think if he tried to trap, or yeah, him intentionally try putting his leg like that is what allows it to go through his legs. I think if you try to trap it or just I, I can't really say because it's sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't, and I understand. I'm not even going to blame him there because in trying to avoid the ball going in between your legs, it ends up going through between your legs. It's one of those things. I'm sure very frustrating. All right, plays it to his teammate. That's a lovely. Ooh, wow. Second one should have at least been on target. This is a lovely, lovely little chip. Heads it forward. I think it's one of those. He focused on getting contact on the ball, so it hits his side foot, but because of the way he swings his leg, it goes mainly central. I think if it's one of the, okay, I understand he's trying to aim at a bigger area, which is the middle, and hope that the keeper maybe drops it or something. But I think I know it requires a lot more technical ability. But if you went for this just in between the post, I mean just making sure it touches the inside of the post, I think it would have gone in. But I understand he's trying to hit the target here. But on the second one, oh yeah, so a bit more on the one, so he hits it with the side foot. But if he wanted to hit it he should have put more emphasis on pushing the ball rather than guiding it. Just push it. Have you noticed, like, when you try and play a ball straight with your side foot, there's a bit of curl, but if you like toe poke it with force, it just goes there. I'm not saying you should toe poke it, but just like put more effort into hitting the ball hard so that it goes straight rather than trying to curl it. And here, I think he should at least put it at least on target. Alright, counter attack here. Okay, they've done very well to stretch the defense because the striker has space to exploit. He keeps on running forward. Woo! I didn't even see that player because he wasn't in the frame, but that's a good pass. Should do better. He has time. He has time to take a touch, and yeah, he had time. Ooh, I think that should be a card. I mean, if he did hit him, I don't know. Alright, so if I was a coach, this would frustrate me. If I was a coach, this would frustrate me because do you know why? Alright, the reason why it would frustrate me is because if you pay attention, this is the 86th minute of the match, right? We have drawn 2-2. Yeah, you have just won the ball and you're trying to play it out the back. When if he passed it first time, he could pass it to him, he could pass it there, or he could just kick it out. But there's no need for him to try and walk out of his own 18-yard area. No, this is what would frustrate me a lot. We are drawing the game and you're doing this in the box. Just kick it out. Kick it out. Allow your team to build up. Yeah, and then he trips on the ball. So he's doing something he's not comfortable with, because if he was comfortable, he wouldn't trip over the ball. I understand there are a lot of people over around him, but like in terms of the way they lose the ball in other leagues, it's because the player runs into traffic, not because they trip over the ball. And then not only does he lose the ball, not that only does the team lose the ball, they win it back and they repeat to do the same thing of trying to play out the back. Just kick it out. Just kick it out. I would be very upset if I was a coach. Now, is this handball? It is, but because of proximity, nope. Woo! Lucky. The fact it hits the post like that. And no replay. Once again, trying to... Why are they trying to play out from the back? Why are they trying to run with the ball? Just kick it as hard as you can. 2-2. 2-2, 93rd minute of the game, and you're trying to do that. Just kick it out. Kick it as hard as you can, as far up as you can, rather than trying to do this. He gets the ball really, really well here. Nice slide tackle. And then here. They retreat. They manage to get the ball, but they lose it. Which is weird. Because here, I think they still get in each other's way. And it's because both of them are trying to play the ball. Because here, any one of them could have kicked it, but these two got in each other's way. They bounced off each other, and then they're looking for a foul. Look at this guy. He looks to the ref. I don't know what he wants called, but it doesn't make sense. And this is a weird deflection here. Yeah, but Vancouver, why are you constantly trying to play out from the back in that moment of the game? Just kick it as far up as you can. Kick it as hard as you can. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Yeah, but persist. Oh no, the goal is disallowed. No. I don't get where it's disallowed from, but this nonsense. Okay, the goal got disallowed, but where does it get disallowed from? No, where I'm not seeing, because usually they would show like the reason why the goal got disallowed. Where I'm not seeing the reason. It's a good goal. I think it hits his chest. I think it hits his hand. Does it hit his thigh? I don't know. It's hard to tell. But if you're watching a match and they don't really, okay, I'm watching this muted. I can't tell if the commentary says anything, but just by the way they're showing, the fact they're not zooming in on the perceived handball tells you that it's a bit of a dodgy decision. If there's limited replays, or they just keep it all together, or don't talk about it, just know that the decision was a bit dodgy. Otherwise, interesting match. But Vancouver just kicked the ball out. What's the point of keeping it in that minute of the game? Kick it out, reset, defend, and just take the draw. Otherwise, they are playing very risky football, but they got saved by the ref. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.